Hey everyone, welcome back my fellow Diecast Tragics to another one of our videos here. We have one here from Corgi in 1/72 scale diecast. Of course, we have ourselves a Messerschmitt BF 109E-3, as you can see here. It is, of course, a yellow one, as flown by Josef Priller. Most of you will know of this Luftwaffe ace before, who would end World War II with 101 aerial victories. Now, our aircraft right here is the one he flew during the Battle of Britain, in which he would shoot down 14 RAF aircraft. Now, Priller would spend the entire war on the West Front, fighting against the best fighters the Allies could send up. Now, out of his 101 aerial victories, 68 of those would be Spitfires, so that is a pretty good effort. Now, we will open the box up and see how good an effort Corgi have done in this beautiful-looking Messerschmitt. We'll get the packet out, and this is what we're going to see. Now, if we can get this open, try and get this to come off nicely. All right, we'll move that out of the way. You also do get the collector card as well, which is that. There is a limited run of 1,500. There is a lot of, there is a lot of information on the back of here if you have some goggles to see that small writing. And you can have a little bit of a read up. Now, this is the stand. They are the newer type stands. They're sort of a cradle type stand, plastic, cheap, right? Really light sort of plastic. They do, unfortunately, have a little bit of a cheapy feel to them. Oh, there is marks. This is brand new, and there is already marks. The companies seem to not have as higher standards as they used to when they produce models. So some of the companies seem to be lapsing a little bit in quality. You do have a little packet of the landing gear options and landing gear options if it'll focus, and of course the flaps down options. We'll open that up and have a little look. There you go. That's what you get in that little baggie. All right, and we should get this model out. It's not too hard. At least it's easy to get these out. And we do have this beautiful looking Messerschmitt sitting right here. That does look fantastic. Looks really nice. It does have a fixed tail wheel, of course, and it is in the, this beautiful yellow nose for the Battle of Britain livery. These sort of splinter camouflage looks really nice. I think it does come up a treat. We will zoom in a fraction so you can see some of these details. There is a big Corgi stamp underneath there. Big hole, I suppose, where they used to be for the stand hole. There is a little bit of a gap along here with the fuselage if you're gonna get a little bit fussy. With these ones, I don't think you can open the cowl to have a look at engines. No, it's just, you've got that flaps sort of option to put those other flaps on. The details are really nice. The mottling, everything is really, his little emblem is really nice. It's got the period correct markings, not covered up either, so that is really nice. Interesting enough, he does put his aerial victories over that swastika, so he probably wasn't much of a fan of that either. So I reckon this does present really well, though. It does look really nice so far. How about we chuck some in-flight options on, I suppose. That should be like so. The only thing I think that detracts from your in-flight is the big sort of square block there that helps you get them out. It does look a bit yucky, sort of yuck, I suppose. The quality of these as well are a little bit average. You can sort of see a bit of the flash sticking out on the side. They could have trimmed that a little bit nicer. Just the finesse of the smaller parts, the plastic parts here, that can be a little bit disappointing for the more fussier collector, I suppose. As I say, it always comes down to your fuss level, and it does look pretty cool in flight. Now, of course, to put it on the stand, you do bring your little light stand. It is very light. And you should be able to just chuck it on like so. I'm assuming this is the correct way. That's how I would envisage in putting it on the stand. And that's your 109 set up for in-flight. So for you in-flight guys, very straightforward, very easy, just two pieces, and then whack it on your stand. And you don't even get to stick it in a stand hole. But I reckon it does present quite well. And of course, well, to put it gear down, I suppose it should be a pretty straightforward thing. We'll grab these big chunky bits And you should be able to chuck that in like so, yep. Sometimes a bit worried with the Corgi landing gear options. They used to be a little bit average to go in. Oh yeah. Now we should be able to take that off. And I suppose, where do we grab it? I think like so. And that one. And it should be just chuck that in like, yep, like that. And that is a flap stone. So that is your landing, it looks a bit wonky. That is your landing gear on and your flaps down as well, which does look pretty cool. It is a novel thing for these ones. Yep, looks mighty fine. I suppose we'll get the scales out before we put it down, and we'll see how much this massive aircraft does weigh. Now you do have to be careful. There's these little antenna things underneath here, so be careful when handling that so you don't break those off, because that will make you cry. Now, whoa, this is huge. This is 71 grams. Well, you won't break your display shelves with this aircraft for sure, but it does look really, really nice. It presents okay. I suppose if anything, too, the yellow can be a little bit see-through on some of the details, like the darker colour sort of coming through along the edges a little bit. But yeah, look, for the size, for what it is, it presents fairly nicely. I don't mind it. It's, I think, a newer type of mould. I think maybe Corgi might be using now. But yeah, all the way down there, it's hidden away. But what we'll do, though, is we will wind up the video, and hopefully you did enjoy what you saw, and hopefully it helped you in some sort of way. Now, of course, I will take some photos of this to throw them on at the end of the video, and you can check this out without my sausage fingers all over it. As you can see, it is not very large. Don't forget, though, if the video was helpful in some sort of way, some of those my way would be awesome. And always feel free to subscribe to the channel if you're watching and have yet to do that. All right, once again, thank you so much for spending your valuable time in checking out this little eagle here. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and you all have a fantastic rest of your day. Cheers, everyone.